was one of the stars of an iconic 1970s cop show. Back in the day, it did not get much bigger than Starsky and Hutch.
Hey, this is one quick car.
Yeah, it's fast. There are a lot of fast cars.
No, not fast. Quick, there's a difference. I mean, with that tuned suspension, that trick motor, and the 4.5s in the rear end...
Starsky. It's red.
Give me those.
Paul Michael Glaser rose to fame as Starsky, becoming one of the biggest names in Hollywood. An accomplished actor, director, writer, and author. He has a new book for young and teenage readers, very much a family book, too. It's called Crystalia and the Source of Light. It's getting great reviews, and we are very happy to have Paul Michael Glaser with us in studio this morning.
Thank you.
And I didn't know you were Newton native, which makes me love you even more.
Oh,
because I was a big Starsky and Hutch fan as a kid.
Thank you. Yeah, I was born in Brookline, raised in Newton.
When you see that stuff, the old clips, first of all, do you ever tire of people asking you about, you know, the show or the car, the sweater?
No, you know, what I can remember of it.
Let me tell you, Maura sent something on Twitter. We told people you're going to be on today. She said, I haven't seen a man wear a belted cardigan and look cool since. I don't think it can ever be done again.
Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
You only wore that in like 3 episodes, but everybody...
Only wore it in 3 episodes, yeah, the pilot and a couple of other episodes. I actually went to the audition wearing that sweater.
Did you really? And they said, you're in, we like it.
I wanted the sweater.
I also want to talk to you a little bit about, and we saw it in those shots there, you directed a lot of movies, and one of the movies, another guy, VB here, and I love, is Running Man.
Oh,
it's a great movie that you made with Arnold Schwarzenegger. When you look back on that experience, was that, because you had some interesting characters in that movie, because Jesse Ventura was in it as well, and Mick Fleetwood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, James Brown, yeah, it was Richard Dawson. It was an interesting collection.
Nice progression of your career from actor into director. You got a couple things going on that brings you back home. First, you're helping the Jewish Community Center of the North Shore celebrate its 100th birthday. What types of things are going to be going on there?
Well, we're doing a reading. I'm going to be reading the book to kids and families at 1:30 on Sunday, and that'll be terrific. They're having a big dinner on Saturday night. To commemorate the 100th anniversary, and they're keeping me busy.
Yeah, that's good. Now, as for the book, tell us what the book is about and where you got the inspiration to write it.
Well, I was trying to find a way to share what I've learned over the past 20, 25 years in my life. And I realized that I wanted to write a book to the child in all of us. So I decided to write a children's book, but also aim it towards the whole family. It's a story of a 13-year-old girl, it's told in her voice, and her 9-year-old brother, whom she can't stand since he was born and took her place. And there's their last holiday with their mom because she's dying, and it's the last holiday in the house because the bank is kicking them out, and the girl's angry and bitter and doesn't believe in anything. The boy believes in the need to believe. And they find themselves on a magical journey in an underground medieval kingdom where everything and everybody are made of minerals and crystals in search of the source of light.
So this is somewhat autobiographical in nature.
Metaphorically, it's very autobiographical.
Yes. Now, you've already made your mark, obviously, with everything that you've done. What was it about wanting to tell this story that you said, because you've really had you've opened your life up to a lot of people in a lot of ways. What made you want to say, you know what, I'm going to put this in this form so that I can really reach out to people?
Well, you know, it's all dressed up in the tradition of Alice in Wonderland and Wizard of Oz. And at its heart, it asks the question, what is the purpose of fear in our lives? And I experienced, through the loss of my wife and my daughter, I experienced levels of helplessness that I hadn't experienced before, and everyone experiences it. We all experience it at some point or another. And I was very fortunate to find teachers that crossed my path and taught me a tremendous lesson in terms of how to deal with fear, how to be able to recognize that fear of helplessness, and how to be able to utilize it and optimize it, because it's very powerful.
Well, you're an inspiration to a lot of people for how to cope with things, because what you went through was beyond tragic personal family tragedy. Your wife, Elizabeth Glazer, was giving birth, had a blood transfusion that was tainted with AIDS.
Yes.
And ultimately that claimed her life, and your daughter got that as your wife was breastfeeding, so it was transferred to her. And we knew nothing about any of that at the time.
Right.
And so that led to the foundation of the Elizabeth Glazer Pediatric AIDS Foundation, which you were obviously instrumental in putting out there. But you've helped so many lives and so many people through tragedy. And it's easier said than done, because a lot of people go through that and they don't know how to react, but they look to you and you provide that inspiration to show people how you can turn things around.
Well, I was very fortunate. I was extremely fortunate to have the teachers and learn what I've learned. And I feel like there's so much fear in the world today. And I thought, I really want to share this because it's very, very important, very useful. And, you know, a lot of the times we experience fear and we don't call it fear. You know, if I had a nickel for every time I said to somebody, they say, I'm sorry. I said, what are you, they're angry. I said, what are you scared of? I'm not scared, I'm angry.
Right.
But it's underneath it is that
the anger's masking the fear.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And so, you know, and the wonderful thing about children and the child in all of us is that we've all experienced that, and we suppress it as we get older. We become adults, and we don't want to call it fear.
Right.
You know, we want to have control. We want to be able to keep it in its place. However, the reality is that child inside us still feels it, still hears it, and still causes us to make certain adjustments to create the illusion of control. And the important thing to understand is that fears in the human life, it's a condition, it's a given. We all have it, because none of us have any effect over our mortality.
Right.
And so, to varying degrees, whether it's mortality or whether it's being stuck in a traffic jam and late for an appointment, we still have moments where we feel helpless, and whether we want to acknowledge it or not. And when we can acknowledge it, and when we can say, oh, a part of me is scared, we can also identify the part of me that's not scared, and then we go, well, wait a minute, what's the part of me that can make the distinction between the two? And that is our consciousness, our awareness. And from that place,
we can choose which one you want to...
We can choose, and we can say to ourselves, good for you for being courageous. Good for you for carrying on in your life, because you have this fear. And in doing that, you find compassion for yourself, and by extension, compassion for your fellow man.
Right.
So the opportunity here is that fear can awaken you to that conscious place, that aware place, and from that place you can find love. So the purpose of fear is to awaken ourselves to that consciousness so that we can choose love. That's our human ability. That's a gift.
Paul Michael Glazer, it was great to chat with you this morning. We do appreciate you coming in. I want to tell folks again that you're going to be up at the Jewish, what is the event there again? I'm sorry. JCC, right. You're going to be there on Sunday at 1:30. That's at 4 Community Road in Marblehead. jccns.org for more information on that. And the book as well, Kristalla and the Source of Light, is, do you have a website on that?
We have a website. It's www.pmglazerskristalia.com.
And it's a great book for the entire family, so pick it up, read it as a family, and have a nice experience as a group there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great to meet you, sir. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. I like the tie.
Thank you so much, sir. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. It's all yours, man. Goes with the sweater.